So, Veronica, listen, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here today and just doing this interview with me. I'm super excited to have you here to talk about how you got into real estate and how you started calling for sell by owners and what that's turned into for you in your business. So, tell me a little bit about how you got into real estate.
Hi, David. Well, thank you so much, first of all, for giving me this opportunity to get interviewed by you. I'm really humbled. Um, I started in real estate about in March, so
Mhm.
I'm still relatively new in it. I've always loved real estate. I love the whole aspect of it, the properties, just learning about things and homes. So I started, and when I just started, um, I started with Keller Williams, and they have this incredible program with all the classes they offer. So the first 2 weeks, all I did was taking classes.
Mhm.
And then one day I got on a Zoom call, and it was not a class, it was a live dial session. And my first feeling was, oh my God, what I got myself into. And then I remembered there was a for sale by owner sign not too far from my house that I have a picture of. So I said, listen, I have no idea who I'm going to call, but I have this picture for sale by owner sign on my phone. And I dialed.
Mhm.
Um, and the person actually picked up and spoke with me. And it was not as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be. It
Great.
was a great conversation. The person on the other line turned out to be a contractor who was saying, I have my own license in a different state. I've done this before, and I don't need an agent. So at that point, I remember David Radney's famous line, don't you want a bulldog on your side to help you get things done? So I used it. And I don't know if that was the line that got the attention of the seller, but it worked. It was not a one-time conversation. It was a few times I had to reach out and follow up and speak with the seller just to show him that, you know what, I'm being persistent. I do want to help him. I do what I promise when I follow up, and I do want to offer him my services to get him where he wants in his future.
I love that. I love to hear that. And so, what I'd love for you to tell all the agents that want to call for sell by owners and they're very intimidated and they feel like it's not going to work and that everybody's calling for sell by owners, so they're not going to have an opportunity. I mean, what would you say to them based on your experience?
Pick up the phone and do it. You have nothing to lose. And you never know how it's going to turn out. In my case, I got extremely fortunate and lucky. And the person who was my first for sale by owner turned out to be a contractor who has a lot of other opportunities for me in the future. And they've been just coming my way. And I could not have been more excited and thankful for that chance.
Did you get lucky or was it preparation meeting opportunity and you saying, hey, in order for me to get business, this is what I need to be doing? And I already don't have the listing. So what do I have to lose from calling?
Well, definitely preparation, because without knowing how to approach it, what to expect, and how to handle certain things, I don't think I would be able to get it done.
Okay.
So definitely you need to be prepared, practice your scripts.
How did you learn how to approach them and what to say and how to actually secure the listing?
David Rodney. I joined a push class. I came to the office one day and there was a gentleman in here who probably saw on my look on my face that I was new. So
Okay.
he said, have you taken push with David? I said, no, tell me more. Next thing I know, I'm in your class, taking the push, learning the scripts, learning the objectives and how to handle and how to present myself to the sellers to let them know that I could do what I say I will be doing for them.
Awesome. Awesome. And that for sale by owner that you called, that first listing was, you told me it was $550,000 right on that first listing, right?
Correct. It was. It was a tricky one. I remember having a conversation with you because I called them up and the conversation I had with the seller, he said, listen, I want to sell it in 2 weeks. And if I don't sell it in 2 weeks, I will take it off the market and I will finish it and sell it in the future. I remember calling you, David, saying, what do I do? And you said, take it for 2 weeks. And it was my first listing, thinking 2 weeks. I'm like, who does that? Can I do this?
Right.
And hey, I did it. It was done in 2 weeks.
That's right. Because we can sell a property in 1 day or 2 weeks or 2 months or a year. It's all about price. And so if we know that there's urgency to sell it, as long as that seller is coachable and motivated and we price it correctly, we can get it done. So kudos to you. I know that one for sale by owner listing turned into a relationship where this gentleman has now giving you a second, third, and also an additional fourth opportunity. So the first listing you got was 550. The second listing was how much?
850.
850. The third listing,
1.4.
okay, and now you have a potential fourth listing from the same for sale by owner that didn't want to work with an agent, that didn't really understand your value. You have a fourth opportunity, and that listing is going to be between what price range?
It could be from 1.2 to 1.6.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is one phone call has led to anywhere between $4 and like $4.4 million in potential sales for you.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And there's more to come. So
Absolutely
the
more.
sky's the limit in this case.
Absolutely. So I love to hear that. I want other agents to hear the success you've had, because Fizbo stands for fastest source of business opportunity. The way I say it, these sellers have their hand raised and they're telling us, I have a house to sell. I need help. Can you help me? And when they're giving us objections, they're not hanging up. They're giving an objection because they want to see, can we overcome it? Can we show our value? Do we do what we say we're going to do? Are we going to follow up and be persistent like you were? You were a bulldog, like you said, and look at what that's turned into. So I think that's incredible. I have to put a plug in here for Push. I just set up my new schedule for Push starting January 18th, where we're going to go over what I taught you, which is calling for sell by owners, calling expireds, learning scripts, learning how to overcome objections. That's starting up on January 18th. For all the agents that haven't been through the program and all the new agents that are joining and looking at taking a program like Push, why should they be in the program? Why should they take Push?
I think it's absolutely a must. It's necessary for everyone, especially if you're new in this. These are the basics that will guide you and direct you in a way you want to go. They are the bases that you need. They give you the foundation and confidence to do what needs to be done. Without your program, David, I'm sorry, I would be nowhere where I am right now.
Wow.
So please take David's class. It is a life-changing experience that will navigate your career in a way you would like it to go.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so another thing I'd love to touch on, if you're okay talking about this, when I met you, you're dual career, right? So it wasn't that you were doing real estate full time. You were navigating into real estate, having another job, correct?
Yes, correct. And I'm still there. I am trying to wind out of that segment of my life, switch over. I was never self-employed. So it's a huge dramatic life change for me with the lifestyle and everything. So yeah, it's a change, but I'm going that direction.
You're moving in that direction because you are listing focused. Imagine if you were just working with buyers, would it be harder to do that transition if you were working with buyers?
That is true. I did work with buyers. It is a lot more time consuming. And you have to basically sometimes you have to follow their schedule versus your own schedule and set follow their guidelines.
Yeah.
Which takes time away from other things you should be concentrating on.
Which is why I teach programs about going after listings, Veronica. I think it's really important to have control over your schedule like you can when you have listings, and to have control over your income, right? You can do what you did. Your price point is steadily increasing. Negotiating your commission is a way to create more opportunities to make income in real estate. And so by focusing on listings, you can afford to have a schedule that allows you to work your job and do real estate so that you can smoothly transition into this business. So I love that you share that, because there are so many people who are dual career and they wonder, can they make it in real estate? It is possible. You have to do the work and make the calls, and then you have to have control of your schedule. So working with sellers actually allows you to do that, right?
It is absolutely possible. However, it is a time commitment. You have to stick to it. You have to realize that. I remember when I just started the first 2 months, I was working every single day, Saturdays, Sundays, trying just to balance and get it started and going. But once you figure out your time and how to get it done, it is so possible. And I can't say enough, the sky is the limit.
Of course it is with this business. And Veronica, I have to tell you, and I say this all the time and I share on my calls how proud I am of you, but I just want to tell you right now, I am so proud of you, what you've done with your business, the focus you've had, the determination, that bulldog in you to go after it and just get the listings. you're setting a great example for so many agents that are just starting, for agents that haven't quite picked up the phone and started making calls. You're showing them that it's possible. If they do the work, they can actually have the success. And that's part of the success interviews I'm doing. I want to demonstrate, because there's one thing for me to say, hey, go do this work. It's another thing for you to say, hey, I actually went and did the work, and here are the results of my labor. Here's what I can show you that I've actually produced from picking up the phone and doing the work. So I'm extremely proud of you, and I appreciate you getting on this call with me and sharing so that other agents can be inspired by you like I am. So thank you. Thank you for today.
Thank you, David. And I'm so humbled, and it means so much, these words coming from you. Thank you very much.
Well, I think I mean it, right? I don't just say it. I am extremely proud of you, and I look forward to seeing you cap. I look forward to seeing you transition into real estate full time and taking full control over your income and your schedule. So, as always, if I can be of any help in that way, just reach out to me. You know how to reach me.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.